In January 1987, an auction legend was created and revolutionized the livestock industry: Superior Livestock Auction. The two men behind this remarkable idea were Buddy Jeffers and Jim Odle. Philip Neal Buddy Jeffers was born on December 7, 1931, in Dallas, Texas, to Carl and Hazel Jeffers. Buddy's family made their living off the land in north-central Texas, and his farming and ranching roots date back to 1860s Texas. Buddy's passion for the agriculture and cattle industries started very early. At the age of 8, he showed his first calf. At 12, Buddy began buying cattle. He attended Ferris High School, where he was active in the FFA and met his mentor, Mr. Hammock. In his later teen years, he was buying cattle in the Fort Worth stockyards. He also began buying land in Ellis County, as well as owning and leasing ranch land in West Texas. Buddy worked in the agriculture and cattle fields during his young adult life, as well as being a bank director at InterFirst Bank of Ennis. He owned Ferris Farmers Supply Company in Ellis County for over 25 years. During this time, he had 4 children: Brenda, Rebecca, Tommy, and Nancy. In 1964, Buddy started the American Plant Food Corporation and served on their board of directors for 43 years. He was highly honored for his years of service and travel to promote the ag industry and was an active member of the Texas and Southwest Cattle Raisers Association, as well as the Texas Livestock Marketing Association. In the early 80s, Buddy enlarged his family to include 2 more daughters, Laura and Elizabeth. In 1983, Buddy bought the Amarillo Livestock Auction Company and started his vision of selling cattle to the mass market through small area video auctions. In 1986, he co-founded Superior Livestock Auction Incorporated with Jim Odle. Buddy worked primarily in the Texas office. Wanting a place in Texas that would impress customers with room to grow, he thought there was no better home for the new company than the Fort Worth stockyards. Buddy had a love of many activities during his downtime, which was not often. Buddy enjoyed spending time with his family and friends. He hunted, fished, played tennis, gardened his tomatoes, and spent numerous hours with his best friends: Pearl, a mini Australian shepherd, Ike, the bird dog, and Belle Star, his beloved horse. Sadly, Buddy passed away on April 9, 2007. His contributions to our Texas history and the cowboy way of life continue today through the Buddy Jeffers Memorial Scholarship Award. James Jim Lee Odle was born on Groundhog Day, February 2, 1938, to Percy and Lucille Odle in Lenora, Kansas. He grew up in the farming community with his sister Billy Lou. Jim's father, Percy, was a farm manager, and his mother was a ranch-raised schoolteacher. Jim attended Greeley High School, where he was active in football, baseball, and basketball. He was an officer and rodeo manager in the FFA and a member of the National Honor Society. During Jim's teen years, he farmed and ranched on his grandfather's farm from 1958 to 1970. He sorted cattle at the local auction markets, and in 1962 was given a start in the auctioneering field by Claude Redman. In 1965, Jim bought into Greeley, Colorado's Weld County Livestock Commission Company and began to make a name for himself in the industry. Jim and his bride Ruth Ann and their 4 children, Deanna, Ted, Amy, and Tom, moved to Brush, Colorado in 1970, following the purchase of the Brush Livestock Commission Company. He continued to sell at live events, including the Denver Stockyards and the National Western Feeder and Breeding Cattle Auctions. Jim won the World Livestock Auctioneer Regional Championship in 1972 and again in 1980. He was named to the Colorado Auctioneer Association Hall of Fame and has served on the National Beef Association Marketing Committee. He's also served on the board of directors of the First National Bank of Brush and the Brush, Colorado Chamber of Commerce. In 1997, Jim was named Livestock Man of the Year at Denver's National Western Stock Show. In addition, Jim is the executive producer of Cowboy Church, which is shown on RFD TV. In the 1970s, There were many stops and starts in the video auction business, but it was Odle who perfected the techniques and business details of the video sale medium. Through his partnership with Buddy Jeffers, Jim Odle has successfully managed and led the video auction concept, which ultimately has grown into Superior Livestock Auction. Jim splits his time between Superior's Fort Worth office and their Brush, Colorado office. Currently, Jim lives on a 7,000-acre ranch where he runs a cow-calf operation and raises quarter horses. He's a family man, with his wife and children proudly working beside him in the auction business. Today, Superior Livestock Auction is the #1 video satellite cattle auction in the United States. It started as an idea between two veteran cattlemen, Buddy Jeffers and Jim Odle. They combined Odle Auctions and Amarillo Livestock and Video Auction, resulting in the formation of Superior. Buddy and Jim's foresight and innovative thinking led to the creation of a nationwide marketplace where buyers and sellers could evaluate, view, and assess livestock, all from the convenience of their home or office. The company, which is located in the Fort Worth Stockyards National Historic District, dominates the field today, having sold nearly 30 million head of cattle since its inception in 1987. In 2006, Buddy and Jim were honored by the National Cattlemen's Foundation with the Beef Industry Vision Award. This award recognizes individuals in the cattle industry for innovations that have enhanced not only their business, but the industry as a whole. Buddy Jeffers, Jim Odle, and Superior Livestock Auction perpetuate and preserve the honored tradition of selling cattle, so the cowboy way of life will continue well into the future. 2012 Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame inductees, Buddy Jeffers and Jim Odle.